Hey guys, how you doing? How are you guys doing? This is Friday afternoon in very hot Georgetown, Guyana. We have a lot of rain, and you know that's like Guyana snow. But we're in the middle of the May-June rainy season, but some days are just extremely hot, so we could just imagine what this summer is gonna be like in Guyana, right? But we can't wait for the sun to come back out so that we can really get into all the afternoon. I normally have my Friday night woes, so I'm gonna get on here earlier than usual to ask you, are you guys remaining committed to your commitment to home ownership? Yes, I'm still at the office. Are you guys remaining committed to your commitment to home ownership? It's only 5 months and about 14 days left until 2020 wraps up, and I know we're going to be saying hallelujah because we can't wait for 2020 to be done. Yes, me included. So we were looking to see if we could like hop cross, you know, just if we could clip our finger and just be done with 2020, that would be like lovely, right? But we don't know what 2021 is bringing either, so we're gonna just have to roll with it, right? So today, this afternoon, I just wanted to come back on here and do a refresher for you guys that asks about requirements, what do you need to get started to join the homeownership program, our very simple homeownership program that is actually designed to get you to your very own home. So today we're going to do that refresher, and also I'm going to make this my question and answer period, so that they're trying to get me out of here. Yes, so that we can make sure that you that are waiting and are thinking about home ownership or thinking about getting started, at least you'll know what to do in order to get on board now, right? So here we go. Number one, and I did put the link in the description, so you guys could click on that link and it's going to take you straight to the website where you can actually fill out your online application. So number one, we need 2 forms of ID from you because we want to know who you are. Yes, 2 forms of government issue ID. So a lot of you are not in this country. If you have 1 form of Guyana ID and 1 form of ID from wherever you're living right now, if it's New York or Atlanta or China, or some of you are in Indonesia, and they're Guyanese all over the world, but you're still interested in coming back home to start your journey to home ownership, and it's like, oh, I left Guyana a long time ago and my ID has expired. Use your passport. A lot of you still have your Guyana passport, right? So we'll need 2 forms of ID from you. We also need proof of income, where you're working. So for some of you that might be a job letter, right? For some of you that might be your most recent pay slip. For those that are providing pay slips, send us 2 of your most recent pay slip from your current job. So if you're working monthly, send the last 2 months. If you're working every week, send the last 2 weeks. If you're working fortnightly, send the last 2 fortnight pay slips, right? So we'll have proof of income to prove that you can afford to pay for your house, right? Remember, job letter, or you can have your 2 most recent pay slip or pay stub from the current job that you're working at. 2 of the last ones if you're working weekly or fortnightly or monthly, right? The next is proof of your address. Where do you live? A lot of you might not have bills coming to the house. Maybe you're renting somewhere, yeah, like a city renting house, and maybe the landlord is paying the rent, the water bill and the light bill still, and it's included in your rent, so the bills are not coming in your name. Just bring us a copy of your lease, right? That will serve as your proof of address. For those of you that are staying at somebody else who is actually the owner of the lease, send yourself a letter. Mail yourself a letter and make sure that it's addressed to you, stamped from the post office, and you bring that as your proof of address. Now for my self-employed people, because I know they all say, but Ms. Kay, you forgot to tell us about the self-employed people. For my self-employed people, those folks that have their own businesses, those people that maybe are taxi drivers on the road, those folks that are minibus drivers. Those are businesses, guys. That's how you make your living. Those of my vendors in the market that are toiling every day. Shout out to my favorite lettuce lady, Miss Norma. Guys, you can get you a copy of your we call it a declaration of income statement. You could get that from your JP. Yes, that's a justice of peace or your notary. Get one of those people to provide you with a declaration of income statement, and it will state how much you make, how much your expenses are monthly, and it's also going to tell us what your disposable income is. So that's for all of my self-employed people. From those that owns their own business, if you have an established business, then bring us your 2 most recent financial statements for the last 2 years. If you don't have one of those, then you could always go see your JP and get a declaration of income statement provided from your JP. If you do not have a JP, we have one in-house here at Fabulous Homes, so we can assist you with getting your declaration income prepared. All right? They charge us a small service fee, but at least you'll have one done, so you don't have to go looking for somebody to do that for you, right? And also, we need copies of your TIN, your tax identification number, or your TIN number. I was just talking to a client today, and he's like, "What is a TIN?" I'm like, "When last did you come home, sir?" He hasn't been to Guyana in ages, right? And then you have some folks that's like, "Hey, I did come home, but I didn't know that I need a TIN." Yes, you do need a TIN number, so you can actually go and apply for one at the Guyana Revenue Authority if you don't have one yet. Okay, so just so that we can remain compliant. So remember, 2 forms of ID, copy of your proof of address where you're living. We need proof of your income, where you're working. 2 years is preferred, but we need the last 2 months pay slip or pay stub. For those of you that don't have that, then you can bring a job letter. Bring your job letter. Then we also want to make sure that you have a copy of your TIN certificate. Now people say, "Okay, so I have that, I have all of that." Yes. What else do I need? Well, we want your disposable income, just to make it simple. That is the income that you have remaining every month after all your expenses are paid, right? So say you're making $100,000 a month, right? And you have about $40,000 in expenses between your rent and food and bills and all these different things, and you have at least $60,000. Well, you have $60,000 remaining from your $100,000. That is your disposable income. If you're making $80,000 and you have $30,000 in expense, then guess what? You have $50,000 as your disposable income. We just want to make sure that after all your expenses on a monthly basis, we want you to be able to comfortably afford your home ownership program. We don't want none of you hanging your hat where your hand carried. So once after all your expenses are covered, you can pay for food, you can take care of your kids, you guys can still go out and, well, when we can go out again, and you guys can still do some of the normal stuff that you will do every month, and you have what is remaining, which we call disposable income. That is what we're interested in. If you have at least $40,000 to $50,000 remaining after all your expenses monthly, then guess what? You can qualify for any of our home ownership program. Of course, some conditions apply. We're going to check that out. We're going to have after you guys come in and see us, right? Because we don't want you guys to be barely making it to afford your home, because at the end of the day, we don't want y'all be saying, I pay for me house at the Avalon or Friendship, and it's a sacrifice I make it. Yes, I know it's a sacrifice and everything, but I don't want you guys to drastically change your whole lifestyle just to afford your house. We want to be able to be in a position to say, yes, I can afford my house and I can still afford to live, right? On a regular basis. Good. So all of you that may have any questions on the requirements, let me know. This weekend, of course, you always know I give my social media team a break, so I get around to answering a lot of your questions and responding to you guys over the weekend. to the best of my ability. Yes. And for those of you that needs to know about the programs, remember we have over 5 programs that are designed to get you to your home. The very popular layaway program, the very popular box hand program. Yes, that's the same box hand program that you guys grew up on as kids. You have the skip program is in place for the situations when there are situations like this that we're experiencing, COVID, the whole pandemic that just taken the world by storm, right? We also have the standard home program, which is now $8 million. That's a nice 2-story, 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. You have the option program for those people that are not careful about doing a monthly program. Some of you might be okay with doing your monthly program every single month until you accumulate your down payment for us to start building. While some of you might hear, I just want to get to my house, but I have lump sums that I could put down and build my house in parts or something, then I could do that. Then guess what? We're with you. We're going to make it happen. And then you have the 25% increment program for those of you that have cash to say, hey, I'll be home in about 6 months, 6 or 8 months, but I have my money cash, so I'll build my home in 25% increments until my home is completed. Yes. So the goal is homeownership, guys. In spite of all of these traumatic experiences that we have experienced thus far this year, we're just dying for it to be over once and for all, right? And you guys know about all this stuff, and we choose not to look at the glass half empty, but rather look at it half full. So in spite of all of this, once this season passes, and I see all of these things as seasons, once this season passes, we can now continue on with our lives. And guess what? A home is part of your life, right? We don't want to be renting our landlord's place forever. We don't want to forever be paying our landlord's mortgage. We don't want to have to, be asking permission, to do simple things that you would have done in your own house. At the end of the day, let home ownership be the thing that you're working towards. And a lot of you may not have all your funds in a lump sum. That's the reason why these programs work so well, because you're able to commit to your commitment to home ownership by doing monthly payments. What do they normally say, the old people? They say, one that you just build a whole dam, guys. And look how many of you have gotten to your home so far. Just go to AVALON and look at all the houses that are built right now and ask yourself, that could have been me, right? If I started this program when it started, right? And there are homes all across Guyana with people that are just like you that decided to say, hey, I'm going to commit to my commitment to home ownership. I'm going to take it one step at a time, and I'm going to do this. And they have done it, right? So you are no different from any one of them. You could do the same thing too. So guys, I'm gonna wrap this up for this afternoon, but guess what? If you have any questions, I always make this open questions. Ask all your questions. Do not sit on the fence and say, I wonder this and I wonder that. Ask your questions and we are going to respond directly to you. I am forever going to be your home ownership advocate, making home ownership affordable to literally everyone. Yes, my niche is always luxury. I love luxury. I love the mansions. I love all of that good stuff. But only 2% of the market could afford that kind of opulence and sophistication. Hence the reason why we have created Project 5000, which is luxury on a budget. So literally everybody can access a nice home. It may not be the mansion in the hill to begin with, but it's a nice house that you will enjoy going home to every single day until you are, transition from this life. So guys, until I see you guys, please have a safe weekend out there. And if you guys need to reach us, please call 592-227-1380. That's 592-227-1380, or 592-615-8740, or 592-609-8233 for the overseas guys and girls. You guys can call the local line, or you can also call 1-855-232-5550, or you can email us at info at fabuloushomeinternational.com, or you can just go online to www.fhi fabulous.fhigy.com. That's www.fhigy.com, or Fabulous Homes International Guyana.com. That's www.fabuloushomeinternationalguyana.com. If you need to reach us for any other reason, we know we're all over social media, and I'm also all over social media, so just reach out to me and let us know how we can assist you getting from point A, which might be renting your landlord's property, to point Z, which is owning your very own home. Until next week, guys, you guys have an awesome evening, and I look forward to meeting you guys someday soon, even though we're still social distancing and all this stuff. And be safe out there, okay? Bye, y'all. Good afternoon, Miss Stacia. Bye, guys.